Hi there, welcome back. So this is what we're going to use in today's video. Some gorgeous mica, chameleon mica powders from Let's Resin. And also they do these metallic chrome powders, which are stunning. Absolutely stunning. So just going to open these boxes and show you. Now, if you look on our playlist, go back to our video library, you'll see that we've used some of these sorts of things before in different projects. Always great to revisit what you've done before, maybe get some ideas, inspiration. But look at these colours. So these are the chameleon micas. Look, wow. So you've got golds that look gold in one light, maybe a pinky tone in the others, pink that look green toned, plummy colours look green or gold. Absolutely stunning. Let's just talk about this mould. Look at this. I mean, it is very substantial, lots of support, good quality silicone, and absolutely stunning 3D design. So going to apply the different coloured mica powders and metallic powders using just some little brushes. These are actually makeup brushes, obviously you don't use them for makeup. Made a decision as to what colours I was going to use. It took me a while, and then proceeded to do so using the technique you've seen us use before, just applying the mica powders using a brush. And just brushed it all over the mould. Now, bits of this video have been sped up because I took my time doing it, and you don't need to spend 15 minutes or 10 minutes watching me just brush mica powders onto a mould. So just to say that wherever possible, we'll link in the description box the items that we've used and the materials we've used in this video that you're watching. Short one today as well. The nice quick one to do and to show you. And the resin we use makes it a really, really quick project as well. Love the effects of that gorgeous, gorgeous bluey colour on the Dragonfly. Now, I've already gone in with the greens on the foliage. Now using a rather bright colour or deep colour, pinky reddy colour for these flowers. I did try and do them more sort of two-tone. Try being the operative word, but once you put mica powder onto a mould, that's the colour it's going to pick up in your finished piece. When you demould it, that's the colour that you're going to see. So if you want them lighter, go with the lighter colour first. Make sure that you are tapping the brush before taking it out of that little pot of mica powder, so you haven't got too much on your brush. Don't forget, you need to turn it over like I've just done there. Give it a little tap, get rid of the excess from the mould. So I'd got a bit of mica powder where I didn't want it on the edges, so just used a wipe here. Now these, we use contractors' wipes, and by contractor I mean like builders, decorators, those kinds of things. We got them from our local DIY place. Obviously you use what you're happy using. You can always just spritz some isopropyl alcohol onto a piece of kitchen towel and use that if that's what you want to do. Don't forget that whenever you're using mica powders, you should really wear a mask. Mica powder is very fine. It gets up into the atmosphere and the environment you're in, it's not great to breathe it in. It's not toxic as far as I'm aware, but please, protect yourself like everything. Take the appropriate PPE precautions, work in a well-ventilated area, wear nitrile gloves if you want to wear gloves, absolutely fine to do so. And if you've got an extractor system like we have, we're lucky to have the Resiners one machine, have that one going in the background. Right, now I wasn't sure whether or not to put a background of gold or silver, so this is me just trying out the metallic powders. I mean, that is quite bold, that gold. Quite bold indeed, and although gold is a favourite colour in this channel, as you'll see if you've watched our previous videos, I decided to go against the gold. Wiped it off and then went back in and did a bit more with the mica powders on those beautiful flowers. Absolutely stunning flowers. Now I will say at the end of this video you will see a picture of this one completed and also of another one that we've done in another colourway at the end, just to show you what it looks like at that. But they are very strong, vibrant colours. Of course you don't have to use those colours. You could use epoxy resin for this, you could use eco resin, you could use polyurethane resin. I would not recommend you use UV resin. For one thing, the mould is not, it's opaque. It's also a matte finish, just to let you know there. So don't use UV resin. The light will not permeate through the mould enough. Plus you'll use so much of it, it would be a waste. Just going over the rest of the mould now. Some of those raised ribbed sections, can you see those? The vertical ones I'm just doing now. Now this is a mica powder again. Do you know, I can't remember where we got this from. I think it was from Amazon. Unfortunately, I can't remember the brand. If I do, by the time we do the description wording and links to the products used, if I can remember it, I'll add it in. If not, my apologies. But it is a white pearlescent mica powder. It's got a hint of the aurora borealis sort of effect. Look there, can you see that? Hopefully that's picking up. And I did around the edges of the sides of that mould as well. So here we go. We're going to use some polyurethane resin. So this is a newish sort of thing for us. 1:1 mixing ratio. Curing time 30 seconds. Mixing time, oh my goodness me, 10 seconds, 15 if you're really lucky and very quick. So it's a 1:1 mixing ratio. I'm using a calibrated cup. I've got the nitrile gloves on. I've got my respirator mask on at this point. I've also got the extractor system going and all the windows open as well. So here we go, sped up, mixing like an absolute speed freak here, as well as the fact it's been sped up. And then once it's all completely mixed, trust me, it's so liquid, this kind of resin, it doesn't take much mixing at all. So there we go. Here is the mould. Thank you very much to Wayne for bringing the mould in quickly for me. Speed is your friend here. You do need to pour it relatively quickly, otherwise it will start curing in your cup. This took 200 millilitres of the resin. We've got a few tiny little bubbles coming up to the surface. Just scrape around the edges, get everything out, and there you go. That was a time lapse, believe it or not, of it curing. It goes white. We've got little pink bits coming up to the surface. Unfortunately, we've got a couple of little bubbles, but that's absolutely fine. Now, I waited till it completely cooled down. It goes very, very hot because it's an exothermic reaction. It pulled away from the corners of the mould slightly, but that's absolutely fine. And then just demoulding it. Now, demoulding it when it's gone completely cool, because it does get, as I said, very, very warm. So demoulding it, and honestly, if this was ASMR, the sound of the silicone mould pulling away from the cured piece was, well, I can't do an impersonation of the sound, so I'm not going to try. But wow, yeah. So if you like ASMR, then, and you do this, fantastic, you'll like this. But look at that, lovely clean mould. So as you can see here, we've got a tiny little micro bubbles, maybe a couple of little sharp bits. We just went over that with a deburring tool, just around the edge a couple of times, nice and light. And look at that. Can you see the sheen? It doesn't pick up very well, but we've got a mix of the pearlized white mica there, and it looks like it's taken on the pinks and the greens as the reflective parts. Look at that. Nice sheen. And here we go. Wowzers, look at that. A beautiful 3D a tile. It's almost the same size as just like a regular tile that you'd have in your kitchen or bathroom. It's beautiful. It is a matte finish, so if you don't like that kind of finish, you'd now have to coat this either in just paint on some gloss varnish, some polyurethane gloss finish varnish, or perhaps you could pick out certain pieces with some UV resin, maybe a little bit of glitter if that's your thing. I'm just pointing out some of the details on the flowers there. It's stunning. I mean, you could leave it just like this if that's what you want to do. Now, I decided I was going to use these beautiful deco colour pens. We get these from a local stockist here where we are in Bristol in the UK, but you can pick them up from Amazon. Now, what I'm doing off camera, and my apologies, yes, the camera is jiggling and wiggling around a bit. When you're using one of these pens and you've not used it before, so it's brand new, taking the wrapper off, you got to shake it like you would a spray can. So shake, 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 and then you've got to press down firmly on the nib until you see the colour of the paint come through. And then you could do what I'm doing, which is to go over the raised areas of the Dragonfly and some of the rest of the details of this mould using the pen. So it's highlighting it. If you don't have one of these pens, but you've got something called Rub and Buff, which I've seen some other artists and craft people using, you could use that. You could use regular paint and a paintbrush if you wanted to. Or you could just, as I said, you could literally just leave it how it was as it came out. Now these look beautiful as just display pieces on a bookshelf. You can buy the little acrylic or metal stands for them to sit in, or just prop them up. Would look lovely in set into a tray perhaps. Here's a little bit of a close-up of what I did with the pen. As you can see, I've gone over some of the flowers and the foliage all around the outer edge of the tile as well. You could put one of the sticky I've forgotten what they're called, the sticky things that go on the back. They're M stickers, if you know what I mean by that. Apologies. And you could put them up on your wall, direct onto the wall. Or if you're clever enough, you can put a little hook on the back, fix a little hook, and hook it up on the wall that way instead. It would look lovely in any room in your house, or your home office, or your studio. Great idea for gifts for Mother's Day, birthdays, anniversaries, weddings maybe. But these are the final shots. This is the alternative colour theme that we used. It's very vibrant, stunning gold. That was the gold metallic powder we used there. And here we go. This is them just stood up now. Absolutely beautiful these are. Absolutely beautiful. If you've watched us today in the premiere and joined us, I hope you've enjoyed it. If you're just watching us and you've never seen any of our videos before, why not give us a like, share and subscribe. Check out our playlist, and we hope you've enjoyed this video. Thanks again everybody. Have a wonderful week, and we'll see you again next Sunday. Bye.